Welcome to The Next Stage, a podcast that brings together the professionals who support seniors and their families through life's major transitions. Hosted by Isaac Tallwin from the Krygier Wealth Management team at RBC Dominion Securities. From home care and downsizing to estate planning and legacy protection, we highlight the people making aging easier. And now, your host, Isaac.
All opinions and views expressed by the speakers are not representative of views and opinions of RBC Dominion Securities, Inc. All information and opinions provided in this video are in good faith, but without legal responsibility.
Today, we are excited to have with us Nazanin Shirazi.
Seniors must get services that is included dignity, safety, and support, in addition to real estate services. It's not just about the square footage, it's about memories, identities, a fear of change. So we have to address all these emotions first.
I would imagine that all of these experiences through helping seniors maybe changed your own perspective on aging.
It's not that scary anymore. When you know what the next step is.
Nazanin, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So let's start with the big picture. What inspired you to start Rose Hill Realty?
Rose Hill Realty, I saw the gap in the market of real estate for seniors because they need both real estate services and care services at the same time. Sometimes like many more services. So I came up with the idea seniors must get services that is included dignity, safety, and support, in addition to real estate services. I came up with the idea of having real estate for seniors and being specialized in it. So Rose Hill Realty is specialized in working with seniors.
Amazing. So what does that look like in practice that it specializes in seniors? Are you guys have some sort of designation?
Yes, we have a designation named SRES, which is Senior Real Estate Services. And the whole brokerage is designated in that. That means that we have all the services for the seniors, real estate services, and care services at the same time under one roof.
Can you walk us through what the typical client experience looks like when someone contacts Rose Hill?
Yeah, everything starts with a free consultation, and we listen to their goals, not just real estate needs. We have some services that we can customize this journey for them to suit to their needs better.
If I were to sell a home, all I'm looking for is really a fast sale. Maybe I'm looking for the best price. When it comes to downsizing, seniors are really looking for something a little bit more than that. It could be their house is cluttered. It could be they're unsure of where to move for. It's a little bit complex, and it's obviously an emotional decision for seniors. How do you address that emotional side?
Yeah, it's not just about the square footage. It's about memories, identities, and a fear of change for seniors. So we have to address all these emotions first and make sure that they know that we're here to help because most of them deal with health issues at the same time or loss of a spouse. So all this triggers the problem. As long as they know that they are in a good hands and we can help them. So we're going to customize a program for them that is very specifically will address their needs.
So there's obviously a lot of logistics involved. It could be someone's house is very cluttered. It could be they won't have the proper real resale value for their home because it's just so messy. If someone walks in there, they'll be a little bit scared. How does your team handle that logistical side of the equation to make sure that the client's home is clean, it presents nicely, and they can get the maximum value for their sale?
Yeah, we're going to assign one project manager to each individuals. So this project manager will walk them through all the needs that they might have, such as pricing. So it's better if we declutter the house and make some renovations, some fixes, some changes. And then they will assess the price and put it up to the market. But at the meantime, to make this house ready for sale, we need to move the senior from there. And that's where senior care comes in. They offer PSW services. So if they need any personal support, or if they need any psychological support, they have all those under one roof. They have construction companies that it's in-house. So we're not sourcing out anything. We do everything in-house and manage all this procedure.
So it's incredible what you guys do, where you bring in everything in-house. So a lot of people will focus either on real estate or they'll focus on PSW care, but you guys have everything under one roof. How does that enhance your client experience?
That's really fantastic for them. At first, they won't think that they're going to get all these services. All of them, they get excited when they hear that we can offer all the services under one roof. And for their kids, when they get involved, they want to help, but they make the process a bit more stressful. So we need to address that as well. With the seniors deciding where to go next is a very crucial decision. And we try to make it seamless and smooth.
And if there's a client that maybe doesn't want to move, so they look to move and decide, maybe I want to try and age in place. Can you offer that PSW care for them?
Yes, definitely. That's something that's what we can do if they decide that they don't want to sell their house and they want to age in their own house. They will get more help, like such as PSW and modification to that house. Like, for example, we can add lift to their stairs, like modify their bathroom and bathtub, so they can have no problem with no difficulties. Plus, the PSW care can offer like any service that they need, like housekeeping and like change of clothes, everything that they might need, or if they need some psychological help.
So it's interesting that you mentioned also psychological help. So primarily you were focused more on PSW care, and now you're pushing towards therapists and things like that. What made you push into that space, and how do you think that will add value to your clients?
Yeah, because it's just from the experience. We experienced it when we dealing with seniors. And when you're at their home, you see lots of needs that they have, and there's nobody to help them. They decide, and they're most of the time fearful of doing this process. And they're afraid if they can't even afford it. So all this is in our agent hand to make sure that the client feels safe and informed about what we're going to do and the procedure.
How do you build out the network? So you had a PSW network and now you're moving to therapy. How do you kind of build that out for your organization where people will have access to all those therapists?
Yeah, we have websites that they can go in and choose from, or as I said earlier, it's going to be a project manager for every and each this houses. So the person who's responsible going to make sure that they get access to all this services that they need.
And for home modifications, there's obviously a lot of contractors out there. Some specialize in adding an elevator. Some will specialize in adding more railings to stairs. How did you guys find your contractors that you think are properly suited to help seniors?
The contractors, as I mentioned before, they are all owned by Rose Hill Realty. This company, their renovation company, is owned by Rose Hill Realty, and that's why we have training for them. They know how to deal with seniors, and they have best products that they take there and offer, and do a little bit of demonstration for them so they can choose from. what they want to be modified in their house.
So it's great to hear that you have all the proper training in place. But for the families, is it an emotional time for them? And how do you manage if there's tension that comes up within the family? How do you manage that emotional side of the transition? Maybe the family's nervous about their parent moving. Maybe the family's nervous about their parent falling. Is there a way where you can kind of bring in the whole family and try and ease their tensions?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have a nice meeting with the family as well, because, most of the time the young adults, the kids, they feel guilty if they want to put their parents out, like in a retirement home or something. So this suggestion that they can modify their house and stay in the place, it's very much interesting for kids, mostly. So we try to explain everything for them so they can decide if it's a suitable way of doing it for their parents, or if they move out of this house is better, like to go to a condo or a bungalow or a facility, like health facility. We have collaboration with a retirement home as well. So if they decide that they want to move to the retirement homes, we help them as well in that aspect.
And if children are nervous about having this conversation with their aging parents, maybe their parents very independent, but you can kind of see the signs, maybe they aren't able to manage their home properly. What would you tell that child about starting the conversation with a parent?
We make sure that we explain everything and they have the information that they need so they can choose from them. Our services, because it varies from real estate to healthcare to renovations to physiotherapy. So we have a lot to offer. When we have a package for the kids, they actually feel very relieved that they have this kind of help and they can rely on us. We can go through this together with the kids and keep them informed, but they can like relax and go back to their daily life.
And I feel like there's a lot of people that kind of maybe try and take advantage of seniors. And the way that happens is if someone has a real estate brokerage, they'll say, why don't you sell your house? Or someone has PSW services, they'll say, you need PSW services. But your model that includes everything from PSW to emotional care to downsizing kind of takes away that bias. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. So our services, it's such a complex and complete service that they offer, and we make sure that it just suits to their needs, because still they can need something else, or they don't like the way that we do it. They want something else. We're very open and listen to them, listen to their goals, and modify everything together.
And is that something you're seeing? Is there a trend towards people wanting to stay in their home more than move to retirement facilities?
Um, yeah, they can do that. Aging is not something that they fear of, because, we're here to help them go through it with dignity and respectful. So I think it's a very much nice advantage if they just make this call and contact us and give us that opportunity to explain everything for them, that what we have to offer to them. Because this is such a unique and new model of business, I think everybody's going to be interested.
Are there any stories you have, like success stories where someone maybe, wasn't sure what to do and you really guided them?
Yeah, actually, last summer, I was working with a senior who had just lost her husband. And the kids, they were adult kids, but they were very emotional and very much depressed. So our teamwork was a little bit more intense for them, in terms of having them go to therapy and all that, because in the first place, it was very hard for them to accept that they have to just move from that house that had so many memories. But after we've done some therapies and some of our work, they became so much more confident that they can do that. And they did it, and it helped really to that lady, to the mom. And now she's living her happy life.
Amazing. And I would imagine that all these experiences through helping seniors maybe changed your own perspective on aging and what it means to transition.
It is really changed my perspective towards getting old. It's not that scary anymore when you know what the next step is, and you just get help. You don't need to go through all that hard time by yourself. We try to be there to make it more easy.
So that if there is a child of a senior listening right now, what would you advise them where to begin in this process?
I think they should, first of all, do their own research and see what's suitable for them. And if they can call us, we have a free consultation meeting, which is not, which is very confidential as well. And if they can just make that step ahead of time, that before they get to the trouble, or the parents, they can't decide on their own. So if they can do it at the time that the parents can decide and participate with this journey, I think it's the best time. So the aging seniors, they can enjoy the rest of their lives. They don't think that they're obligated to do it, or they're obligated to live somewhere. If they choose that place to live, so they can be happier.
So as the final question, what's one thing you hope people understand about aging and housing transitions after hearing this?
Yeah, I think the best thing that they can do is just be preemptive in this transition, and just spot the needs before it gets critical. If they do that and do it on time, in the time frame that they're not in any emergency or any obligation to do it, then they can choose where they want to go and do this transition peacefully. So this is very, very important for kids to understand when is the good time to do that. And don't wait till their parents' health declines, and then it gets much harder.
Sure. Wow. Nazanin, thank you for joining us, and it's been an honor to host you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for listening to the Next Stage podcast. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to follow the show and share it with someone who may benefit. For resources and ways to connect with trusted professionals, check out the show notes below.